Alright. My favorite support Gelgoog is not this one. Even though I should learn how to play this one, because it's decent now. This is just normal Gelgoog with a wrist grenade launcher and a wrist gatling. I love this. It's funny to use, but this is my favorite support Gelgoog, which we're gonna take into free range so we can do some stuff and things and talk about it. It's a very basic suit, not much to talk about, but it is my favorite support Gelgoog. And probably one of my favorite supports in the game. The GPO4 coming a close second to it, because that suit's really fun. So we're not going to have AI, we'll set it to 450. Let's just go to port base so we get multiple enemy units, rather than just a general type. This suit has 2 levels, level 1 at 450, level 2 at 500. At the end of the video, we will go look at what I equip onto this suit. I think this is the best thing you do on this suit. Maybe add some reload parts for the wrist rockets, or bazooka, maybe some auxiliary generator mods for the beam cannon, but I basically run mostly damage, if not all damage on this, with a little bit of HP and melee resist as per most of my Gelgoogs. So, enemy Gelgoog Cannon, enemy Grandpa Gundam, the RX-78-2, as we all know. So, this thing has the high mobility bullpup launcher, has shoulder mounted beam cannon and wrist rockets, and a beam naginata, which they just nerfed from medium melee priority to low melee priority. So this used to be a solid option to go to if you're getting chased down by, say, a blue, your low health. You can kind of just lock with it and just hopefully run away. No, you can't do that anymore. It's got low melee priority, so only use this if you really need to. So essentially, as with my high mobility Gelgoog video, you can shoot between them with your rocket launcher and get multiple people staggered. It's very effective to kite around with the suit by hitting with the rocket launcher until, you know, they're just like, alright, I'm gonna just take it. You can switch to it, your shoulder cannon, and they're gonna be like, alright, fuck you, or whatever along the lines. I should not swear, they're gonna say frick you. No, just forget I tried to correct myself. Your shoulder cannon is really good to hit somebody who's recovering from a bazooka shot and or about to dodge roll after getting hit by a bazooka shot, and just nail them with your shoulder mounted cannon. That does a lot of damage. One trick you can also do, wrist rockets. This your high mobility Zook will not be ready yet, but these wrist rockets refresh really quickly. They do good damage too, about 425 to that other Gelgoog Cannon. You can basically switch between your rocket launcher and your wrist rockets to kind of buy time for your cannon to be ready. And by the time your cannon is ready, you're basically going to do a shit ton of damage to somebody. Every single shot is going to do about, I think 2 raids I do average like 3,700. So everything else I do 4K or above. There's a raid over here. 3,400. You know, that's the only thing you do under 4K too. But this dude's really good at just, you know, stunning an enemy, a singular enemy, and then just hitting him with the big boy cannon after a while. I'm just being like, alright, I was gonna end you now. Quite literally, this is probably the only suit, the only support I like playing because I can survive in it. It's probably my most versatile support that I can use confidently. So, you know, it doesn't have a lot of tools, but it's the tools it does have work very effectively with each other. So essentially, it's really good to kind of just multi-roll it. No, I shouldn't say multi-roll it. It's not a multi-roll. It's really good to kind of play aggressively with this suit. It's not as good as the full armor Gundam in playing up close and personal with the enemy units, but it can do a pretty decent role at providing fire and just being a heavy hitting presence on the battlefield that needs to be addressed. It is not gonna survive like most other supports if it gets hopped on by any sort of threatening raid, and by threatening raid I mean, you know, a prototype Gundam that's at 450, the free Kai at 450, knocked it at 450. Anything that's gonna hit it really hard with a really powerful combo, this thing's not gonna last long against it. But if we're talking like maybe like if somebody's playing undercost, this thing's gonna like shred it apart. At least I have in the past. You can kite raids around in this suit with the rocket launcher missiles combo, and maybe a cannon shot in between. But I don't recommend it. I recommend if you're gonna kite reds around, you kite them towards your teammates. You want to be around your teammates in this suit. It is not fast. Its thrusters aren't the best either. It's got decent thrusters with decent thrust speed for a yellow. It's not the slowest yellow, but it is still pretty slow. It is a pretty big hitbox. It has no shield like most other Gelgoogs have. Even the Gelgoog ground type has a little wrist shield. The Jaeger and the Gelgoog Cannon do not have shields. Therefore, it is pretty easy to hit really big targets without shields, needless to say. So therefore, reds can hop on you and hit you with stagger shots, and you don't have anything to block it. You just have to hope and pray that they mess up something. And they mess up something, get out of there, start kiting, start hitting them hard, and just hopefully you get to your teammates, or your teammates knows, and bail you out before you're dead. So yeah, there's not much to teach you or like explain about the Gelgoog Cannon other than its rocket launcher, the wrist rocket, the cannon combo. I would say if you have all 3 levels of auxiliary generator, I'd put it on. Yeah, I don't think you need reload parts, like ballistic reload parts for this suit. I say go for cannon reload, which is auxiliary generator. Cut off some of your damage because you don't need full damage. It's nice. Like, it's nice to basically say, hey, look at that general type right there. Oh, look, its health bar is like gone 40% down now, and I can poke it down with wrist rockets. That's great. The thing is, this is your big bread and butter. Damage hitter, you know. If we add the Zook's threatening, yeah, the wrist rocket combo is like nice. But in the end of the day, your big boy shot is going to be your shoulder cannon, which has a really, really long recharge time. And I don't even have reload parts on. These wrist rockets already reload fast, and they're really good at poking something down. So therefore, I don't see why you would need reload parts really, unless you're like really worried about the bazooka, which I can understand, but I don't encourage. So I say focus on maybe on auxiliary generators, unless you're going to play like me, which is very greedily go full damage and try and kite people out and all that stuff. But yeah, I say auxiliary generators would be the best option. Melee, your standard Gelgoog melee is okay damage, but it has no priority. I missed that. You didn't see shit, alright? I did not mess up on inanimate AIs. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, Gelgoog Cannon, my favorite support. My favorite support Gelgoog. I mean, that's kind of the same thing as my favorite support, huh? But essentially, this is what you should build for your Gelgoog Cannon. This is not what I was running in the combat of this video, but this is the auxiliary generator build I could throw together, where I have some melee armor just to have some little bit of chance of not dying. Strength frame level 4, 2 auxiliary generators level 1 and level 2, firing programs level 2 through 4. What I would do, or what I was doing in the video, was throw on level 1 firing program, take off the auxiliary generator, run new model frame, and run a level 1 melee program, which I took off anyways because medium melee priority is gone, and we're back down to low melee priority. So I'm not even going to probably use the Beam Naginata unless I have a hard stagger on an opponent. I could get a free upswing or something to help stagger him and kite myself away. So this is what I'd run, in all honesty, for your Gelgoog Cannon, and maybe slap on a level 3 auxiliary generator. Get that beam cannon time as low as possible. So yeah, that's it for the Gelgoog Cannon. You have any other ways to build it or use it, let me know. All advice and debate and discussion is appreciated. But yeah, there it is.